Welcome to the Sailor Noob podcast, where a superfan and a noob talk about the original Sailor Moon episode by episode. I'm your host, Mika Hana, joined by my co-host.
I'm your co-host, Caliban, and a doll has all the heart and soul of its creator.
It's ominous, isn't it?
Xavier Roberts is in every one of those. Cabbage Pat, man, look that up too.
Oh boy.
Okay, I'll be back next week with some updated references.
We're a couple of magical people ready to moon prison power make up this episode.
Think how bleak the soul of the person who created Bratz is, if that's true.
Oh, so bleak.
There you go.
Sailor Noob is a part of the Just Enough Trope Network. Today we are talking about episode number 18. Shingo no Junjo, Kanashimi no Furansu Ningyo in Japanese, Shingo's Love, the Grieving Doll, the English translation, and the English title, Dangerous Dollies.
Yeah, these dollies.
So dangerous.
They're pretty dangerous. I had no idea what to expect walking into this one, but here we are.
Yeah, would you like to give a brief synopsis?
I'd love to. I'm going to do it right now. We open, as we sometimes do, in the Dark Kingdom in this episode. And we're getting a little status update, a little touch base between the team leads here. Just a little what's up. Let's synergize some more. Zoe Sight, in fact, is asking, maybe I should synergize with Nephrite here because he doesn't seem to be able to get it done. No, Nephrite's not down with this. He says flatly no. We see that Beryl is kind of pissed at this, but, she's not a micromanager. She really just gives her team their goals, and then they just run off and they take care of them on their own. Mm-hmm. But apparently this all went to Zoe Sight's plan. Or so he says.
Yes, exactly.
Back at the Tsukino household, it's breakfast time, and the whole family's there. Mm-hmm. And Mr. Tsukino says, hey, Usagi, you're up early. And she puffs her chest up, yep, I am. And Shingo says, this is what normal people do. There's nothing to be proud of. You woke up in the morning. And Dad tells Shingo that Mika, if you remember his little friend from a couple episodes ago, won the French doll contest. What?
I know.
I guess her mom is a famous doll maker. Mm-hmm. So that's a little bit of information that will pay off later. And Usagi's late to school again because that's the way it's got to be.
Yeah.
That's how you know everything's okay.
Yes.
As she's walking home, maybe? Or do Japanese schools have open campuses? Like, can you ever leave the school while it's... Sometimes you don't get a good sense of what time of day it is. I just assume that she and Naru are walking home at this point.
I assume that's the case as well. I don't think that they really have open campuses.
But they're always like up on the roof confessing their love for each other or like...
Yeah, I think that's anime.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Myth busted. Well, two girls from Shingo's elementary school approach Usagi and Naru and tell them that Shingo freaked out. We see a flashback. Mika tried to give him the doll that she made as a way of saying thank you for being a friend, which is a nice move. But ever vigilant you must be for cooties because the boys mercilessly taunt them or him, and he tries to give the doll back. There's sort of a scuffle, and it being a porcelain doll shatters. Yes. And this devastates Mika, of course. Usagi immediately steps into the real superhero role as the wise and pretty older sister. And she's going to go talk to Shingo and make him apologize. And the elementary school girls are like, whoa. They're like really like impressed by that. Meanwhile, at Mika's terrifying house, so many dolls.
I know.
Just terrifying. This is a Twilight Zone. This is a whole season's worth of Twilight Zone episodes packed into one girl's room. Yeah. She's making another doll, a sad doll. And this is like a really sad doll. And what do? Do you like carve the faces?
Apparently.
Well, we'll get into it. Her mom asks her, where's your winning doll, honey? And she says that she lent it to somebody. Reality, broken in a drawer. Meanwhile, back at the creep house across town, it's planetarium time. And, we're putting a monster in a kid, huh? Well, we are.
I know.
Because Nephrite says that the constellation Lyra, or the Lyre, has chosen Mika Kayama.
Yeah.
Have a seat. So apparently constellations can also be employed here, not just single stars.
Right.
Meanwhile, Gomen Mika-chan, Shingo is trying to write a letter of apology.
Yes.
And he's failing. Usagi comes in and busts him one just to open up the conversation. And she tells him to go apologize or Mom and Dad will be brought into this. So Shingo heads to the Kayama house, and surprise, a Ferrari Testarossa comes rumbling up in front of the house.
Yeah.
Nephrite introduces himself to the family as Masato Sanjoin. I think that's a alias that he's used before.
Yes, it is.
And he tells Mrs. Kayama that he thought that Pierre Jumeau was the only one who could make such cool dolls.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get into that later. But guess what? Your kid's got the sauce.
Yeah.
So let's see that winning doll. But of course that's broken, so Mika shows him the sad one instead.
Mm-hmm.
It's real sad. It's a real sad doll.
It's a real sad doll.
He does a little dark magic just right in front of him. I guess that's fine. Nobody notices anything.
Yep.
And now it's an evil looking doll, and nobody notices that either. And he says, make 10 more, okay?
Yeah, I know.
What's the plan here? We'll get into it in a bit. And there's an exhibition this weekend, so we can show those dolls. That's going to be great. So meanwhile, Mika is just working away at these dolls.
Yes.
She's just slaving away. She's got them done real fast. Her mom says it's time for bed, but no! She shoves her mom down. And now we've got dolls moving around on the shelves, and it's the aforementioned terrifying.
Yes.
Shingo talks to Mrs. Kayama and says, I can talk to Mika, but Mika won't see either of them, and that's it. It's a real short scene. It just establishes there's not a lot of parental control in the Kayama household.
Yeah,
Where's Dad?
I know.
Back home, Shingo's worried. Usagi brings him a soda and tells him to bring Mika a present the next time that he sees her. And Luna's impressed with Usagi's nurturing of Shingo. And let's just get out of the way. We'll say, Dumb Bunny 2. We're still going off the low Dumb Bunny quotient of the last episode.
Sounds good.
Usagi might actually be getting her stuff together here. I don't know. I don't want to jinx it. But also Luna's really scared of cursed dolls. So that's why.
Yeah.
Or, which Usagi says cursed dolls, but nobody's said Dark Kingdom yet. So I have a question about the events here, because we see Shingo go to the household of the Kayamas. We see Nephrite show up. Shingo says, well, I'll come back later. They've got company. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't feel later in the day. It feels like the next day. Maybe?
I think it's like
because
the
girl's
day.
already made like another doll.
Yeah.
So we've got all that going on. Then meanwhile, Luna is talking to Usagi after Shingo comes home, and Usagi says cursed dolls, and I don't know if she's just talking about, maybe she thinks the dolls are scary, or if nobody's said cursed dolls at this point. Nobody knows the Dark Kingdom is involved.
Yeah.
But then Luna's like, yeah, this could be a Dark Kingdom thing. So it feels like we missed a scene. And then immediately after this, we cut right to the exhibition, which was like days later.
Yes.
And Usagi and Ami and Luna are trying to like look inside, get a view inside. So it feels like we missed a scene or two. Like we just kind of skip to the end and then just
I hear what you're saying. It does feel like there was like a scene that was missed, but I don't think that there was. But maybe it was just bad storyboard planning for this episode.
We should talk about storyboarding.
Yeah, we should.
Someday. But anyway, meanwhile, at Game Center Crown, Shingo sees a poster of Sailor V as he's walking by. He's not playing video games. He's thinking about his friend and what's going on. But he sees a poster of Sailor V, and he remembers that Mika says that she loves Sailor Moon. Mm-hmm. And Sailor Moon seems to be getting a rep around town, I guess. I don't know how heroes work in Dystokyo. That's dystopia and Tokyo. I'm trying to save time to keep things moving.
I like it.
So we're going to call this Dystokyo
really
from now
catchy.
on. So Shingo decides to make a clay doll of Sailor Moon for Mika, and it's not great.
No.
But Usagi's like, yeah, it's great. It's nice. It's a thought that counts.
Yeah, exactly.
And it shows that he cares. Rei arrives at the Jumeau Art Museum for the exhibition with Mamoru in tow. Mm-hmm. Are we on date number 2 here?
At least.
Interesting. Mika is still working on the dolls in the back room, I guess. And they're checking everything out. And it's another thing where, I mean, look, I like Rei fine, but she hasn't really done much in the last 2 episodes. So what's going on?
Yeah.
But they're looking at the dolls, and Ray says she loves the dolls, and Momo's like, I don't really like the dolls. And she's like, well, okay, whatever, fine. I guess I don't really care. Great scene. Another weird scene. Ami has infiltrated the exhibition. Remember when they couldn't get in before? Maybe they were just trying to... It hadn't opened yet. Maybe it was the day before. But now she's there, and she's got Luna in a basket, and she's in like some kind of getup. She's in like a peasant dress or something like that. She's got like a kerchief on. What is going on?
Her outfit
There's
is
clearly
very
some
bizarre.
missing scenes in this. Like, there's no middle part. And I don't even know what we spent all the time on. But there's just weird things in this. This feels like a movie with a reel or two missing.
Okay, all right.
But apparently, yeah, they didn't bother to call Ray in on this one. Or maybe she told him she had a date. Another scene that we could have seen.
Yes.
Nephrite is there. He's invested in this. And I guess I still don't understand how it works. A camera can steal people, presumably getting their energy in the process.
Mm-hmm.
A tennis girl plays tennis, and she's
with a racket
generating this energy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all we need. And a little girl can make 10 dolls, and she's not going to give the dolls to anybody.
Right.
The process of making the dolls is stealing her creative energy. I think guess.
So. Yes.
Yeah.
It gets a little dicey, doesn't it?
It's pretty dicey.
Yeah.
But anyway, Usagi and Shingo arrive. Oh, I forgot to mention that Nephrite and Mamoru pass close to each other, and they seem to have a moment.
Yes.
Oh, I thought I recognized you. Oh, wow.
Right.
On your way then. And so nothing happens, but something weird happens. Usagi and Shingo go to talk to Mika, and that is when Jumeau, the Yoma, emerges. And she's so weird. She looks like an artist reference doll, which I guess is fitting.
Exactly.
But that's what she looks like.
Yes.
She steps on Shingo's Sailor Moon doll, and oh no, it's on. It's on. Another episode where Usagi is really doing the punishing. She's stepping into her role as the Punisher, the Avenger of wrongs.
Yes.
And it's another one where I think that she's personally motivated. She's not just being pushed into it by a cat. Her emotions are behind this.
Yes.
So yeah, she transforms, and she broke Shingo's doll. You're in trouble. And Luna, perhaps speaking about what I'm talking about, is like, she's pretty enthusiastic today. I hope she's going to be okay.
I hope the emotions don't blind her.
Yeah, she's a little afraid at the edges, but here we go. The creepy doll flies at Usagi from out of nowhere. She's got vampire teeth, and Usagi's terrified. She runs outside through the window, and the doll Yoma is on her heels. All is lost when suddenly Shaban spray, and here come Mercury and Mars, just in time. More dolls come flying in, but Ray hits them with the prayer slips. Yes. Good dispensing of these. Boom, boom. Dolls go down. And Juno is choking Usagi out. And Mars hits her with a fire soul, probably not caring how close she gets to Usagi. But that seems to take out the Yoma. Okay. Mercury scans her with her scanner, and she says the right foot, that's her weak point for some reason.
Yeah.
But guess what? Sailor Moon can't do the old MTA because she's being choked by Jumo's disembodied hands.
I
still.
know.
But then a rose comes flying in, and now she can. Boom goes the foot, dead. Done with that. Mika wakes up okay. She makes up with Shingo, and Sailor Moon appears outside the window of the room that they're in, concealed by a curtain.
Yes.
And she says, you're welcome. Have a good day, citizens.
Yeah.
And then next day at Juben Primary, Mika gives Shingo a Sailor Moon doll.
Yeah.
That she presumably made herself.
I think so.
And I'm sure that Ray and Ami also complete their subplots that we haven't seen in the missing scenes of a script that clearly got out of the hands of the people that was writing it. But turned out, I guess, okay in the end.
Yes. I do think it is an interesting point that maybe some things were missing in this episode.
A little bit.
Yeah.
How would you describe Just Enough Trope? We are the Just Enough Trope podcast. I'm your host, Caliban, joined as always by my co-host.
Hi, I'm Mika and Hannah.
Oh no, does this mean they can hear all the things I yell at the TV during Downton Abbey?
Why did you do that?
How do you plead?
Let the game begin. Yeah, check these fresh moves. Oh!
Don't shoot man in face.
This isn't the Save Gotham fundraiser.
It's the Chill Family Reunion.
Master Yoda assigned a Padawan to this bold
I
Jedi.
think it's pronounced Padawan.
Oh, Padawan, excuse me.
Hey, it's getting late. I think Ralph's going to want his motorcycle back.
Go jerk off the pictures of Jean Grey.
I am freaking getting old.
Yeah, I noticed the life clock was blinking in your hand.
Get out of here, Wilson. Go fight the Teen Titans or something.
I'm unkillable, not unwoundable.
You like Sailor Moon, right? Why don't you sail on his
Wow.
Just Enough Trope. News, reviews, and geek fondue every Monday on the Just Enough Trope Podcast Network.
Loving me never have a say. You so be sorry.
What? For Kyoru Miru, Curiously Looking Around, where we talk about elements of Japanese culture in the episode, Sailor Moon mentions the dolls for Girls' Day Festival in Japan, which is also
What's
Hina
that?
Matsuri. So I thought we could talk about that. It is celebrated annually on March 3rd, and families celebrate with their girls who are aged from newborn to and continue until a girl turns about 10. And it is one of the 5 seasonal festivals known as gosekku that are held on favorable dates on the Chinese calendar. So, like, the first day of the first month, and this is the third day of the third month. So that is supposed to be at like an auspicious day. And this is a holiday that you pray for the well-being and happiness of young girls in your family. And families, what they do is they put out a collection of Hina dolls on display in their homes. And there are also special food and symbolic food served to help celebrate. Young girls often have like parties at their houses, and they go to their friends' houses during this festival as well. So the dolls are kind of expensive, and they're either purchased by the parents or the grandparents when a child is a newborn. Sometimes they're passed down throughout through the family as an heirloom. Like, for example, if a young girl if a young woman is getting married, apparently she often can inherit her collection of Hina dolls.
And so the dolls, like, what are they like?
Thank you. They are in traditional costumes of the Heian period.
Oh.
And they're arranged on tiered platforms, and the platforms are covered with a red carpet. And they're traditionally costumed.
I know what the Heian period is.
Yes.
I know.
Okay.
But I'm just thinking maybe our listeners don't know.
Well, it's the period of around 794 to 1185. And it is a period where the emperor very much reigned over Japan.
I'll help you out. It's before the shoguns, the military leadership had kind of taken control.
Yes.
And moved the capital to Edo. And the book, The Tale of Genji, one of the most famous or earliest novels in literature, was set around that time.
Yes, and actually,
you still haven't read the copy that I gifted you.
I need to read it. Hina Matsuri is actually featured in the Tale of Genji.
Yeah.
So the dolls portray the Heian imperial court, which includes the empress, the emperor, musicians, and servants, and they're all dressed in historic outfits. And they're displayed in order of importance. So at the very top are the emperor and the empress, and then so on and so forth. It's traditional to put the dolls out maybe like about a month or so early, but it is also extremely important to put the dolls away as soon as the festival is over.
Okay.
Because it is there is a belief that if the dolls remain out, that daughter will have difficulty getting married.
Yikes.
Yes.
And why are they for girls?
Why are the dolls for girls?
Yeah.
Well, it's I think it started with like the Emperor's Daughter, and like they
Okay.
used to, a long time ago, they used to be toys as well, but then they just became displays.
So if they
And-
were like, Tonka trucks or something like that, it'd be for
Yeah.
boys.
Well,
You got to bring the Tonka trucks in immediately after the rust. You leave them
Right.
outside.
Right. And there is a Boys' Day. It has actually in recent years been changed to Children's Day for some reason.
Screw you, boys.
So, but there is a day where boys are celebrated as well. And at the festival's end, some people also put paper dolls in the river, praying that it will direct bad fate and illness away from the girls.
Okay. They're always
And-
dumping stuff in rivers.
Yeah, so that actually goes back to this Chinese tradition, which I think this is where maybe Hina Matsuri kind of came from, where you took the transgressions of like the sins of the body and the problems that you are having, and you put that in a doll, and then you put that in a river and floated it down the river, hoping that the evil and everything will go with the doll.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
My doll would just be full of the White Castle boxes, the burgers come in them.
Right,
Yeah.
right, exactly. So some of the traditional food that they eat for Hina Matsuri is shirozake, which is white fermented sake. They
Isn't
apparently,
it also keep fermented?
yeah, I think you're right. So they recently, in recent years, had come out with a non-alcoholic version, and apparently that's not very good.
Oh, okay.
So
It doesn't sound good.
No. There's also hishi mochi, which is diamond-shaped rice cakes, and they are tricolored. These are also often placed on the platforms with the dolls. So they are green for the coming of spring, pink for peach flowers, and white for snow. So there are 3 layers.
Oh.
Hina Matsuri is also known as Momo no Seku, which is the festival of the peach blossoms.
Yes.
Also really popular for food is chirashi sushi, which is basically sushi rice with raw fish on top of it. And hina arare, which are colorful rice crackers, usually pink, white, maybe green. And ushio jiru, which is a clam soup. And ichigo daifuku, which are strawberries that have azuki bean and mochi on them.
Delicious.
Yes. So all traditional foods to be eaten at that time. And then going into food, they at the beginning they having breakfast with each other, but I don't really think they're eating food. They're either drinking coffee or
Yeah,
tea.
they're just sitting around the table.
And then Usagi brings Shingo an orange drink. So it's probably like an orange soda or like an orange juice. There's a couple of different drinks. It could be like Ku is a really popular orange drink, or Nat-chan is another really popular one. For My Heart is a Kaleidoscope, where we talk about fashion in the episode, Usagi is wearing a different blue jumper that's kind of checkered and has like a little bow.
Yeah, is this? It seemed that's not like a jumper. It was like a dress or something like that. It
Yeah.
seemed like
A little more sophisticated,
Yeah.
maybe. And it has buttons at the top, too.
I wondered if maybe there's another cutscene, but I wondered if because it seemed like something that not like an apron, but it's sort of a wraparound dress, and it
Yeah.
just seemed like older and more sophisticated. So maybe this is supposed to show. Maybe it's on the part of the animators is supposed to show like, oh, she's taking on this sort of
Sisterly
nurturing
role.
role for Shingo. Or maybe she put it on because she's like, I'm going to help out Shingo. I'm the mom now. Kind of, that's what it felt like.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of sweet that like she brings the drinks on a tray. Like she brings
Right.
him a drink, but she brings one for herself too.
Right. And not like a can. It's like in a little glass.
Yeah,
soda
yeah, yeah.
glass. Yeah.
She put thought into this.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, I thought that was pretty great. Their outfits at the exhibition, like all of them are great. Mika's mom is wearing a yellow dress with this purple and yellow polka dot scarf.
Yeah.
And then you talked about Ami's outfit, which is really bizarre.
I don't know what's going on.
But yeah, it's like a green peasant skirt with like an orange shirt and then an orange and polka dots headband.
Right.
With the basket holding Luna, and I'm guessing Luna is hidden because she's a cat, and this is an art exhibit.
Right. Right.
Ray's outfit isn't nearly as out there as Ami's, but it's like a white blazer and then like a black like sweetheart like top, and then like brown shorts, red high heels, and then like hoop earrings. But like Shingo's outfit, he's wearing like a yellow short sleeve sweatshirt with kind of like a sailor hood, like a blue and yellow striped hood, and then white shorts. And then he's wearing a blue baseball hat.
Yeah.
That says Shingo.
Yeah.
What is going on there?
Well, it's just romanization or transliteration or whatever.
It's just so bizarre to me. Like, why are you doing it one letter off from his name?
But
is that the joke?
Well, I don't know. You're the one that's studying Japanese. Like, is that H sound built into the sound before or after? Do you know what I mean? Is the H negligible for the Japanese, whereas for us, Singo and Shingo are very different, but for like the romanization or the romanji of the Japanese sounds, is it just be S-I-N-G-O, and that's pronounced Shingo?
I don't
suck on that.
I don't think it's so there is a character that's she, S-H-I. I don't think that there is a character that's S-I. So
but that's what I'm saying. It's not if Columbus never sailed west, there wouldn't be an SHI. That character would still exist, and it'd be a house with a tree coming through it or something like that. Do you know what I mean? That's all the westernization, the romanji of it.
But there's a hiragana that's SHI too. I don't know.
But that's right. But so a Western person who's trying to learn Japanese can say it.
I guess I see what you're saying.
who lived in Japan?
I know.
All right.
And then Usagi's outfit, which is either like yellow or a very light green dress with like a lime green short sleeve cardigan, and then her purse kind of looks like it's a basket purse with a red bow on it.
Yeah.
So that's pretty crazy. And then Mika's outfit at the end of the episode, she's got this little red jumper on and like a little white blouse and then a red brooch. Well, like I don't know.
Creeper meter rising, nearing the red. This saucy little 10-year-old.
I didn't mean it like
Do
that.
a little twirl for us.
She does seem a little sassy at the end there, though. She gives Shingo the doll, and then she's like, "Oh, do you like the other
that sort of mars the episode a little bit, because it's like this sweet, sort of connection, this friendship between them,
right?
And then it's like jealous, and it's not just it's jealous, but he's like she doesn't know, but she's suggesting that he's attracted to his sister.
Well, he doesn't know either.
Yeah,
but
I know. Right, but
it's weird.
Yeah,
it is. It's weird.
I felt they felt like they had to put a bit on the end, and it could have been a sweet bit like last week's 5-star episode. 5 rows episode, but instead it's like wah, wah.
I know. All right, so we are at Villain Gauge, where we rate a baddie 1 to 5 dark stars.
Yes.
Our bad guy this time is Jumeau.
Yes.
I found a list online. There is a site that has actually gone through and talked about why the Yomas are named what they're named.
I know why this one's named what it's named.
I do too.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you.
Oh, okay.
It's Jumeau was a French company
that
was founded in the mid-19th century, and they designed and manufactured porcelain dolls, or bisque dolls.
Yes.
And it was founded by Louis Désiré Belton and Pierre-François Jumeau. So all I can figure is when Nephrite, a.k.a. What car guy, is talking about Pierre Jumeau or whatever before, it's just a corruption of
that name.
Of his name.
I think you're right.
I didn't listen close to the pronunciation. I know in the subtitles they say Jumeau or whatever, but
right.
They probably meant Jumeau.
Yes.
Or maybe in this universe his name starts with a D instead of J.
Right. But I think it's really interesting. I I also think it's interesting. You look it up online, and like in the subtitles, her name is Jumo, but when you look it up online, the company is Jumeau
in the French.
but they're basically pronounced the same, so it doesn't really matter,
right?
You know,
yeah, you can't trust. I mean, I'm talking about trust. Half like the Sailor Moon wiki is a pretty good site, but it's all based on like the Viz media, American
Translation.
so they're all like nega monsters from the Negaverse or whatever.
Right.
So you can't trust any of that.
Yeah, it's hard.
We're not going with that.
No. So, but like you said, she looks like a figured doll, and she can control dolls that Mika made, and they fly and have sharp, pointy vampire teeth, which is just terrifying.
This Yoma gets outstripped by her minions, in
Yes.
my opinion. They're terrifying. It's because
are.
first of all, they've got that creepy little. No offense to Messieurs Belton and Jumeau, but I am not a big fan of these porcelain dolls. They're weird and creepy. And then it just imagine one with a scowl on its face.
I know.
And it opens its mouth. How does it do that? And it's got just a full set of vampire teeth.
Yes.
Coming right at you.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm gonna say no thanks.
Yeah, I am too. And then she chokes Sailor Moon with her creepy little hand.
Yeah, she just goes right at her.
And then she like throws her other limbs at the other scouts, and they're apparently as sharp as knives. Like one limb like cuts Mars's hair.
Right. They had that thing where it's like you move your head to the side and then some hair comes down.
Yeah.
Oh, they're razor
You're
sharp.
Like, what?
Yeah.
But then like Tuxedo Mask comes, rose at the hands at Sailor Moon's neck, Moon Tiara action, she's obliterated.
Yeah.
So
Glassjaw.
yeah, I do think it was interesting that like the evil crest, she wore it like a charm necklace.
Yeah, that was interesting.
I kind of liked that.
I haven't been really paying attention if they're incorporated into their bodies or they're there somehow. But yeah, the fact that she's just, I mean, she's not even skin and bone. She's just, plastic or whatever she's made of.
Yeah. Well, I think Cameron, the Yoma from last week, I think it was just like on her outfit.
Yeah. It was on, well, she had a thing in her head too, her forehead or whatever.
Right. I think Jumeau had potential, but I think she would have been way creepier if she had looked like the porcelain dolls.
That would have been the way to go, you'd think, right?
Yeah, I would think so. So I'm actually gonna give her 2 out of 5 dark stars.
Okay, that's fair. They could have done something cool with her hair. She just had like a
it was just like a boring.
Sorry,
little
brown-haired
bob.
people, but she said like brown, like a bob or like shoulder length hair.
Yeah,
and that's it.
yeah.
I like the detachable hands. We could have done a lot more with that.
Yes.
Think how versatile and deadly Cameron was.
Yes.
Oh, I'm gonna get some T-shirts made up of Cameron, number one. But not great. Outstaged by her sidekicks. I'm gonna give a very generous 3.
That is
dark
very
stars
generous.
from me.
That is very generous.
Give you because you're based on classic works of French artists of the 19th century. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. But
yeah. So apparently this episode in the original English dub was very heavily edited during the battle with Sailor Moon and Jumon. Because they wanted to take out anything suggesting that the Yoma was choking Sailor Moon.
And how would you even do it then?
I know. You just would just have her screaming off screen and you wouldn't show it.
Oh, I'm screaming.
You're right. Yeah, exactly.
And then like Tuxedo. Yeah, but see, the fact that so I can see that the American one is edited, but the original product is so messed up to begin with.
I know.
Like even when the rose comes down, there's no.
No, you're right.
There's no theme or anything. He's just like, okay, get her.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Finish her.
That's it.
Yeah. It's so unceremonious. That's why I didn't want to give her very high marks.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, she was just dispatched so easily.
Yeah.
Also in the English dub, just a friendly little reminder that this is technically the first time Mika appears because episode 5 was not in the original dub, which is when with the Chanellas.
Yeah.
So yeah, interesting
America's
little
loss.
fact there. Yeah, I know, right?
America's loss.
I agree. So now we are up to our rating when we rate the episode 1 to 5 roses. I think she was she was scary, but she wasn't that scary. Did like that Shingo made Mika a Sailor Moon figure out of clay. He really tried, you know. And then she gave him a really nice looking Sailor Moon doll.
Yeah,
But-
I made it.
Yeah.
You got that from Shinjuku or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's,
Are they making Sailor Moon dolls already?
come on. Yeah.
So I actually am going to give this episode 2 roses.
When you go high,
Yeah.
you got to come down.
Yeah, right?
And on any other day, this probably would have got a 3.
Yeah.
I think sometime this is like Shingo's 3rd appearance total. Like, he just disappears.
Yeah.
Like Chuck Cunningham. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that he's here. And I think that he, I don't really care if he and his little friend, you know, get together or whatever.
Right.
But I like the fact, but he's there to allow Usagi to mature, you know, as a person
Yes.
and as a big sister. And so that's the best part of this episode. Any other day it would have been a 3, but I think I'm going to go 2 as well.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of head scratching. Like, what is going on in half of this episode? There's a lot of like fan fiction extra scenes that I think there should be in this.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And I feel like there's some yada yadaing going on as well.
A little bit.
So
And we never see the broken doll again. You
You're
think it would have
right.
something to do with the Jumeau
be
would possess
possessed.
it, or yeah,
and
or
it would just be broken
it
and
just goes
creepy.
in. It just goes in the drawer, and we never see it again.
Yeah. Is she never going to tell her mom what happened?
She should have given them the Sailor Moon thing. And went, oh, you like that? You like that? Brick. Bam! Just smash it. There you go.
Oh my gosh, that would be so sad.
Anyway.
My English title for this episode is Uncanny Dolly Valley.
No, I'm supposed to do the dumb. Come on. Now I have to. You spring this on me sometimes.
I'm sorry.
I gotta throw mine
I'm
out. Now I
sorry.
have to do the English one. That's a total.
I thought I was
that's
doing
a total
English.
Cartoon Network one.
Oh, all right.
All right. Let's see. Wow. Okay. Here it is. Look out. They always start with look out.
It's fine.
I can't do that.
It's fine.
I'm not gonna do that. What was the one last week? Oh yeah. Are scenes missing? Usagi must flee the vampire dolls.
I like it.
There you go.
Long-winded. Fits right on a t-shirt.
I wouldn't wear that t-shirt.
So next episode, we are talking about episode number 19. Usagi Kangeki Tashido Kamen no Rabureta in Japanese. Usagi's Joy, a love letter from Tuxedo Mask, the English translation, and the English title, Who is that masked man?
Am I supposed to respond to that?
You usually do. Well, that's our show for this week. In the name of the moon, we'll be punishing you next week with another episode of Sailor Noob.
My mother is a famous doll maker.